Jamie is in our kitchen to show us a very simple dish that all of the family can enjoy. See, I love this. You cook healthy, but you don't really know. You don't, you know, you're eating beautiful, healthy food.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
But it's not that you're going, oh, I'm eating beautiful, healthy food.
When I try and write recipes, I'm kind of slightly unusual about it. I look at I study what most people buy. So the protein of choice is chicken.
OK.
And then one of the most common cuts is the chicken breast.
Sure.
So then we're talking about people's hatred for washing up and their inability to have time, or they convince themselves that the app is better, more effective than doing it yourself. But of course, as lovely as fast food is, it's always more expensive, and it's never as good as you think it is, and it sometimes takes 30, 40 minutes, right?
It doesn't, it's cool.
This is about 12 minutes to do this, and I'll speed it up a little bit today.
OK.
On the story of speeding up, you can control the cooking of proteins by a couple of things. Here's a chicken breast. If you were to take your fist and just give it a little whack, that will tenderise it, but it will also speed up the cooking and make it thinner. And that fatter side will become the same thickness as a thin side. By taking a little knife and just scoring through about ½ centimetre in little centimetre pieces like that, what we're doing is, again, we're letting the heat get into it much more efficiently, but also seasonings, spice, herbs, things like that. So it might seem like a really subtle little tip, but it really is important and brilliant, and this is working for you. So more flavour, more tenderness, and it's quicker to cook. Yes, use your hands, rub it in there. Don't be scared to connect with your food. Over here, a quick little technique. Often, some of the wasted calories, should we say, olive oil is still the hero. Like the research, polyphenols, antioxidants, free radicals, you know, it's amazing. Go for it. But we don't want to overuse anything. So what I've done in here is a technique that I kind of learnt in Japan. It's kind of called dry frying. Right? It means nothing. So, well, what does that mean? Well, basically, when you dry fry asparagus, sugar snap peas, things like broccoli, it could be like little halves of Brussels sprouts, you're charring it, you're scalding it. That's character and flavour. You're also internally steaming it, right? So once we've given that a little dry fry and a steam like that, what we can do is add olive oil at the end in its most perfect and delicious condition. So nutritiously, that's better. You know, you can cook with olive oil, contrary to what people have said, you can, but it's always better to have it raw, you know, if you want it at its best. So, back to the pan. Back to the pan. We're going to put the olive oil in, as we've been talking about that. We're going to go in with this chicken breast that we've scored, right? And you're going to see that not only is it going to cook quicker, it's also going to look beautiful. Yay! So, yes, Britt and I have chickeny hands. We were going to celebrate those chickeny hands, and we're going to wash those chickeny hands. They had to bring your own bowl as well, because our sink doesn't work. Sanitation across the nation. You had to bring in all your own stuff. I'm so embarrassed. That's all right. I just love being here. I love seeing you, and I love this opportunity to share something delicious and simple with this lot. So, new ingredients, people. So, essentially what we're doing is beans, chicken and greens. But my job is to make it exciting. So if we go into sort of North Africa, if we're looking sort of around sort of that kind of, we kind of call it, what do we call it? Sort of the golden crest, or, you know, it's fruit of Persia. Tahini. Tahini, all it is roasted ground sesame seeds. Incredibly heart-healthy. Right? Amazing flavour. So we're in the realms of kind of peanut butter vibes, OK? So what I'm going to do is loosen this with a little water. If you could just pour a little water in there for me. How much though? About a tablespoon first. When you put lemon juice in the tahini, it does a weird thing and it stiffens up. So lemon juice and tahini is a beautiful flavour. You can see I've got a fine grater here. And that lovely zest is deliciously fragrant. We're going to go in with the juice, like this, and you're going to stir that, and you're going to see it change texture. So if you can stir that for me, lovely lady. For our beautiful cameraman, if we go over to the pan, I'm going to turn this chicken now and show you that we have created texture, colour, and we've got heat rattling through that chicken breast in the most beautiful way. It's gone all thick, Jamie. It's gone all thick, is that right? Back to the tahini. Yeah, tell them what you're seeing. Well, it's coming together and it's getting sort of harder to stir because it's getting all thick and saucy. Yes, so you might want it thick, but we'll add some more water. OK. And we'll loosen it and we'll season it with salt and pepper. OK. And it could be a little chilli sauce if you want. And this makes the most amazing, delicious dip or sauce. Oh, that's and that good. With the greens, that with the hot, gnarly chicken is delicious. And just keep adding that water until it gives you a nice, silky consistency. So, as you can see, I like recipes that flow. Start, middle and end. So we're in the middle right now. We're going to use a liquidizer, right? So we're going to take a jar. You don't have to have... If you want to get more fruit and veggies into your life, I'm going to show you. We've got greens. This principle works with any greens. We can also use jarred, frozen. They're all fantastic. So we've got jarred peppers here, juice and all. Couple of garlic cloves, absolutely beautiful, going in. We can take some herbs, rattle it in, and a little thimble of vinegar, if you wish, for a little piquance, a little tang, and a little pinch of salt and pepper. And the only effort you've got to do here is a little whizzy woo-woo.
Which is fine.
Which is a technical term for...
It works.
Whizzing it up.
You have to bring that in as well.
Absolutely. So once you've got this chicken cooked...
Yes.
What we're going to do is turn that off. Excuse the noise, Britain. What we're going to do is I'm just going to see that chicken just needs a little bit more cooking.
Right.
But in the realms of being professional, I have cooked one earlier because you never know. You never know. With live TV, what's going to happen. You get the idea. It's 2 more minutes cooking on that chicken and it's going to be absolutely gold. But in that pan, we've got gnarly bits. So in the gnarly bits, right, we're going to go in with that sauce.
Right.
You see how quick this is?
Yeah.
Then we're going to add more veggies and good stuff. Right. So if you go to supermarkets, you're going to find pouches of grains. Everyone's frightened to use grains. What are they? Do they need soaking? Do they need loads of extra work? No. Beans and grains go in like this. And I'm going to thunder that up like that. Really easy way. It kind of creates like a beautiful risotto-like dish.
You're so clever.
And it's comforting. It's delicious.
I love that sort of comfort grub.
And I'm doing this in a little 6-minute segment, and we're going to be ready very shortly. How long? Count me down.
You've got about a minute, I think.
A minute, that's beautiful. So we're going to bring that to the boil, and I'm going to plate it up right now. Right. Here we go. So we're going to take some of this beautiful beans. Look at the colour. It smells so good, Jamie. The flavour is unbelievable. It smells amazing. You can mix up any beans, any grains. Sure. And that basil and beautiful peppers will sort you out. Over here with the greens, we make them delicious with a squeeze of lemon juice, olive oil, and once they're dressed with a little pinch of salt, they become delicious also. So that goes over here like that. And then with the chicken, a little hack. They always tell you to cut meat against the grain. With chicken, it's actually this way, lengthwise. So we're going to cut that beautifully against the grain, and you can see those lovely little sort of scores that we've done. If I just turn that around to your lovely cameraman, let's give you a little version of that. The tahini sauce that you so beautifully made goes on top. Oh, there's a little bit, my little thing fell over there.
Well, I tell you what, that looks fantastic. Don't let anybody else near that. It's so good to see you. It really is. I mean, you've been on our screens for how long? What, 26 years, I think, probably, Jamie? Look, who's that? Who's that child?
That little thing.
Who's that wee lad?
I know.
But my goodness, you've got us all eating better. You really have. You really have. This new one, Eat Yourself Healthy, is a great idea, and especially as you've got a 2-week Kickstarter in there. Yeah. Maybe we can do it in the new year, but we could do it in the lead up to Christmas.
No, listen, like, Christmas is always and should be about celebration and indulgence and letting yourself go. But I think what I tried to do in this book was create a book which did what it said on the front, which is basically eat yourself healthy. Yeah. And every choice is a good choice. But more than that, like, after about 10 years ago, I'd had a couple of years travelling around the world where people live the longest. They're called centenarians, and they're called the Blue Zones. And that really inspired me to train in nutrition. And that radically changed how I work, how I write. And it absolutely doesn't mean that you can't indulge.
No, not at all.
You can be tactical about eating.
Listen, the food in here is gorgeous. If you hadn't put Eat Yourself Healthy on it, I'd have just thought, these are great recipes for amazing food.
I just wanted to create a safe place where I could hold people's hand and help them get it right more of the time.
Well, you'd certainly do it, and especially in my house, because you are the guru. And when Steve says to me that I'm getting a Jamie for my tea, I am very happy. Now, look, can you do me a great big giant favour? This is Eat Yourself Healthy. For my husband's Christmas, can you sign it to Steve? Do you mind?
Do you reckon he's watching?
Yeah, he does. He does actually watch, but he'll know anyway. He'll know anyway.
STEVE.
It's STEV. And he uses you. In fact, we had a Jamie last night. Because the thing about you is, it is actually easy to follow. You make it really easy for it to follow. Do you know what I mean?
I think, like, you talked about dyslexia earlier. I think, for me, design
and the power of white space and step-by-steps and graphics and illustration. That's what I try and do in the book. And if you flick through, the numbers of the vegetables per portion are at the top, just to help people get more veggies. If you look through the times, 12 minutes, 12 minutes, 14 minutes, 11 minutes. So I just try and make it easy for people to get it right.
Because we don't have that much time these days, and it's great to have that, to know that that's only going to take me 12 minutes and I can organise myself and I can go shopping for all these ingredients. But you were saying, you know how the way that they say 5 a day? 5 a day is not really enough?
Yeah, when I was in training, like, it kind of insulted me that, like, at a government level, they would say 5 a day. And the reason they say that is because the average is 2 to 3. And quite a large proportion of that is from baked beans or the tomato puree and a pizza. So what they're saying is, because you don't do Britain very well, because we don't trust you, Britain, we're going to lie and say 5 a day. But really, it's 7 to 11 where you see the incredible upsides of this rainbow of veggies. And then people always, and people watching will go, oh, I can't do that. And what I've tried to say in the book is you can. And it can be fresh fruit or veg, it can be dried, it can be tinned, frozen, you know, and a little portion is a little handful like that. So the idea of, you know, diversity and choosing recipes that can have a bit of this and that in. So the book is really about how to help you do that.
It is. It really is. And it doesn't have to be that expensive, because everybody always goes, oh, you know, fresh stuff and all of that. No, you can do it.
Well, one of the other lies is you will see marketing at the moment, protein, 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 protein. It's everywhere. And I think particularly women are getting it on their algorithms.
Absolutely.
And Britain is not suffering from a deficit in protein. It's a complete lie. So actually what happens is, when you go healthier, it's nearly always cheaper. So if you're thinking about saving money, being helpful, and really the point in the book, like, I was 50 this year, it was like...
Never.
If you're looking
Look at those boyish good looks.
Well, I just think, like, if you feel in yourself, I know I can be better, I know I can be sharper, more optimal, I think it's the consistency of being able to look after yourself and nurture yourself. And, you know, ironically, as hard as I've worked, Britain's never cooked less than now.
I know, and I have to. I'm afraid I'm add to that.
The world's changing, right? The world's changing. The kind of Uberisation of food. The choices that we have. So we know quite a lot about food, but the actual doing. So, you know, in other parts of my life, that's why we're 10 recipes to save your life. We've got into nearly 1,300, nearly a third of all secondary schools now.
That's brilliant.
So I desperately want every British kid to leave school at 16 knowing those 10 principles and the basics of nutrition.
See, that to me is such an important thing. I always say 3 things you should learn at school: learn to cook, learn how to balance the books, and learn about sex education properly. You know, and cooking is so important.
So important.
I mean, kids are leaving school and they don't, you know, they literally don't know how to boil an egg.
As I've travelled the world, the most inspiration and delicious food has always come from the poorest communities. And the joy. So I think the trouble happens is when you're struggling for cash and you can't cook, trouble happens. And that is in the form of depression and obviously diet-related disease.
No, you're right. I mean, it's massive. It's a huge thing. I think it's great that you do all these things, because you don't need to. You don't need to have these campaigns. You don't need to try and change the way that we behave ourselves, but you do, and I think that's really admirable.
I found myself in a position where I have a platform, but also I grew up in a pub, and, you know, and I think Mum and Dad always, you know, wanted to amplify that sense of community and everyone having each other's back, and to sort of have the opportunity to do the things that I do and not try and make some change would feel a bit wrong. It's quite heavy lifting sometimes.
I bet it is.
But, you know, work in progress. And
I bet it is. I mean, you've had criticism. I don't know why. It seems crazy to me when everybody should be supporting you, but it's...
People are frightened of change, and even if it's the right change.
That's true. But you're bringing people with you.
If it's delicious change.
If it's delicious
change. You know.
Talking of delicious, you are going to cook in our kitchen. Can I apologise for our kitchen, because nobody uses it and it was in a bit of a state. You had to clean it up before you... I
brought my own hob.
I did. I'm mortified. I'm mortified. You had to bring your own hob. But anywho, it will be fantastic. What are you going to make?
We're going to do... It's like a really quick one-pan dish with chicken, veggies. I'm going to show you how easy it is to get loads of veggies that taste delicious. I think it's a really sumptuous dish with an incredible tahini sauce. So it feels a bit contemporary, light, colourful, and I hope you love it.
You are fantastic. You really are. And Eat Yourself Healthy's out now, isn't it?
Right now.
Perfect Christmas present. That's my Christmas present to my husband. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Well, that's a wrap for this video. We hope you enjoyed it. We have all the best moments from the show right here on the channel. And if you like this video, then we think you'll love this one. See you next time.